Hi, it's Syd again. More tips to trainers. I want to continue the theme of skills training. I want to ask you a question. How many of you watching this video session can swim? And how many of you learned to swim by reading a book? Some things can't be learned by reading a book. And if you think about it, when we're doing training, we're looking at a number of things, three key things really. We're looking at knowledge, and we're looking at skills, and we're looking at motivation, the motivation to put those skills into practice in the workplace or whatever it is we would be using those skills. So, you can't learn to swim by reading a book. You've got to get in the water and swim. And this is the interesting thing. A lot of training is aimed at PowerPoint and telling and that kind of thing. But the reality is, sooner or later, you have to do it. You could actually, I suppose, argue that if you wanted to learn to bake, you can read a book and learn it from a book. But even if you're learning from a book, you've got to start putting the ingredients in the bowl and mixing them and putting them in the oven. You can't learn a skill without doing the skill. And so, just something to think about here, that if we're doing skills training, people need time. There's, again, you look at how people learn it sometimes, if we were to look into it and delve into it, and I did some research on this, sometimes people think repetition helps people learn. In a sense it can. I learnt my times table by repetition and taught my kids and grandkids it by repetition. But in the main, it's not the repeating of things that help us learn. It's the constantly doing it. It's the practice. There's a lovely expression that says practice makes permanent. And so with skills, it's practice. So as we improve through practice, we also need to understand what we're doing and why. And so sometimes we need to understand the implications, the reason why we're doing this. Why do we do it this way and not that way? And so the importance of people asking questions and feeding people's appetite for learning is important there as well. So some interesting thoughts there on skills. We have to practice. So I do Train the Trainer, and I'm doing Train the Trainer with those of you who are watching this series. At some point you've got to get out there and practice and get some feedback in the real situation. I'll be happy to help you with that if I can. But if you do it internally, however you do it, we need the practice and we need the feedback. And that's what skills training is about. So remember, skills is about, training is about knowledge, so we need to understand what we're doing it, knowledge and understanding why, what can go wrong, but then the skills, the ability to do it, and then understanding why we'll benefit from it, so the motivation to get out there and put into practice what we've learned. See you next time. Hello, are you a trainer looking for new ideas and exciting material? Then take a look at our trainer tutorials. They're personalised to your needs. So you will tell us what you're looking for and we'll give you the training that you want and the coaching that you want in the way that you want. And with that, we can give you whatever support materials you want, including training activities that you can add to your own portfolio. So there's a lot of benefit from that. And using video, we can give you information and feedback about your style of training, or we can come into your organization and work with you. It's up to you. So very, very flexible. It's all yours for the taking. Get in touch, click the link, and we'll get back to you. See you then.